Welcome to August 1st, everybody. It's been a while. It's good to see you guys. The Andor trailer just dropped. We're going to take a peek at it. We've got a lot of toy news to talk about. Josh? Welcome, everybody, to the latest episode of the Holo Chronicles podcast. We are your hosts, Andy and
Joshua.
Yes. Welcome to those who are just coming over from the Salacious Rum podcast. It's good to see you guys.
Yeah, we started late. Give him time to wrap up.
Yeah, just wrap it up there, Rum. Actually, I don't think he's quite done yet. But good to see you guys in the chat. JD, Left Coast, Mark,
Shabberoonie,
Saber. Yeah, all you guys. It's been a little bit. It's been tough to get in the same room this summer so far. We've each taken turns being gone, but we're here now.
What have you been up to?
Oh, man. My son's been playing a lot of baseball, so I've been going to a lot of tournaments all over the place.
Yeah.
Went camping.
Okay. Where at?
Oregon coast.
Huh.
Fort Stevens, just south of Astoria.
Defending our borders.
Yes.
Good.
At the fort. I went to San Diego for a few days.
That's right.
Yeah.
You get to meet up with a few fellas out in San Diego.
Yeah, Joey and Sarah, and that was a lot of fun.
People. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
What else?
That's been the large chunk. How about you? You've been gone a lot too.
Yeah, I'm just a rodeo dad. I'm actually repping the rodeo today.
Right on, man. Right on.
Nothing but horses and the smells that they make.
Excellent.
Kids been doing good though.
Yeah. Good time.
A lot of hardware.
Ooh.
Kids pulling in a lot of hardware.
Right on. Any money?
Yeah.
Okay.
A few bucks. She's paid for a couple trips. So
that's even better then. Yeah. So to kick things off, just earlier today, the Andor trailer dropped. And Josh, I know that you caught an Andor trailer at Celebration. So upon viewing it, I want to know, because I haven't seen any Andor trailers yet.
Sure.
I haven't. I've not been looking for spoiler event type thing. So I want you to tell me how this is similar or different than the one that you saw.
Sure. Now, remember, I am operating off the haze that it was Star Wars Celebration. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to be like, oh, that's the same. Shoot, the whole thing could be the same. Okay. I don't know, but
all right.
I know that I felt like there were parts that I was like, oh, okay. But there was definitely parts I remembered. The beginning, that kind of stuff. I think they may have put a couple things, or this could just be the clean version. Somebody out there will tell me, but when I watched it, I was like, did I see that? Because I did watch it. I did not avoid anything. I immediately went and watched it because I'd already seen it. But it's worth watching, I don't know, 100 times in my opinion. And I'm sure there'll be massive breakdowns online from people finding Easter eggs and
whatnot.
Well,
I haven't seen it. So if you're in the same boat as me, get ready.
Yeah, and we already have some comments coming in that we can address. I'm going to star that. Shabby has a good one, right? But we'll talk about that
in just a minute.
So, you want to do it? You just want to dive right in?
Yeah, let's do it.
Hopefully, the audio is going to work fine. We tested it; it did work when we did it. But if it doesn't, stop, yell at us in the chat. All right. Without further ado,
Andor.
Here we go.
To steal from the Empire? To just walk in like you belong? They're so proud of themselves. So fat and satisfied. They can't imagine that someone like me would ever get inside their house.
Cassian Andor. The Empire is choking us so slowly. We're starting not to notice. What I'm asking is this. Wouldn't you rather give it all to something real? I need all the heroes I can get.
For the greater good.
Call it what you will.
Let's call it war.
There's fermenting out there, son. Pockets of fermenting. You're in my net.
Are you a fish?
Or are you a thief?
You're slipping.
I'm not slipping. I've just been hiding for too long.
As long as everyone thinks I'm an irritation, there's a good chance they'll miss what I'm really doing.
What are you really doing?
This is what revolution looks like. I'm tired of losing.
Okie dokie. Let's close that out before it.
The music is great.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Oh, a little
Yeah.
action figure grader. Love that guy.
Let's take that off the screen.
Still get the music.
Little plug. Little plug there. All
My-
right.
My goodness. That
Yeah. Your first thoughts.
my first thoughts are like what we discussed before, is that it looks gritty.
Yeah.
And I'm down with that. You know, Mando's not super gritty.
No.
Obi-Wan got a little gritty, but not too bad. It was balanced with light and plus Leia was.
Yeah. Leia was fun, and
Yeah.
her little droid.
I see this as being a kind of an intense show. There's not a lot of humor in it. It's just like action and intense.
Yeah.
There's nothing about Andor, Cassian Andor, that seems lighthearted. He's not a lighthearted character. He's all business. It's serious times.
So
Weighty.
yeah, I guess I want to say this is, in this moment, this is my Star Wars. This is, I connect with this. I think I connect with this thread, this path that they're trying to take. And it's the same way I felt about Rogue One. When I walked out of Rogue One, Rogue One's what? It's a story that you knew the ending of, right? For the most part. You didn't know how they got there, but you knew it was going to end up in the theft of the plans. But Rogue One, to me, when I left there, I've said it like 10 times before, but it was like modern warfare Star Wars. It was gritty. The humor was only in the form of K2 with some serious dark sarcasm, you know?
Yeah.
And that was enough to just make you go, huh, you know, like, that was good. But not enough to go like, did I want that in here? I laughed at it. It was a giggle worth, but did that detract from maybe the seriousness of the situation? I mean, all Star Wars has serious situations, right?
Yeah.
And and I don't think that the comedic input doesn't necessarily detract from those situations, but it sometimes can just be maybe an interruption that you weren't ready for, or that you needed, you know.
So this prequel to Rogue One, essentially, is, you're on record as stating this will be the best that Disney's put out.
This is going to be the best series to date. It's going to make, and by the way, all this being said, I love Mandalorian. I appreciated Boba Fett. I'm not saying that I loved Boba Fett, but I liked the vein that Boba Fett positioned itself in. It was fine with me. It was fun. Could it have done 100 different things? Probably. But this will be like, this is a Star Wars that we've only got a glimpse of through Rogue One. It's the dark, it's the nitty gritty, and I love how they're taking that, like the big overlying opera that was the beginning is still plucking those chords the whole time, right?
Yeah.
It's got all the right tones. John Williams has been involved in each and every one of them. as far as the movies go. And then Mando kind of took what's good about Star Wars, even from the lightheartedness, and Grogu is definitely just a little gem that you see, and it's not necessarily for kids, but man, it's fun. He makes you smile.
Well, do you think? I think this could be, like you said, the best series to date. I don't know if it will surpass the popularity of Mando.
I don't think that it will, because I think
that's a pretty high bar.
No, I'm talking about my opinion, right? My opinion only as I feel about cinema or any shows. I like a show. I like a thriller. I like something that's going to pull you in. It's going to have realistic feeling. And look, one of the things, and by the way, after watching that again, that's not the same trailer we saw in Celebration, because they had a lot more of, I don't even know their names yet or anything, but the really handsome guy in the blue uniform with the red, the kind of the orange lines on it.
Yeah.
They had a lot more of those characters on screen, and they looked super clean. And so one of the comments I remember seeing was like, I thought that it looked too clean. Now seeing this version to me feels as gritty as we thought, as I thought Andor was and could and should be. And while there may be clean aspects of it, the Empire is clean, right? The Empire almost represents sterile, sterility, if that's a word.
Sterility.
Look it up or write it down. So I like the juxtaposition there where, you have this Empire that's slowly choking them, right?
Yeah.
And then you have the people on the ground that are in the mud.
Yep. That's enough. That's enough.
So I think that it's the trailer alone. And by the way, we got confirmed in at Celebration that this is a 2-season at least.
12 episodes, 2 seasons.
24 episodes, 2 seasons. 24 episodes.
Right. 12 episodes per season.
Yeah.
24. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So we're well, that's a good statement to clarify, because we only got 6 out of Obi-Wan. So
my computer just turned off.
Did we lose Andy? Well, you're still here. No. They can still hear you no matter what. Are you plugged in?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, you're not. It's all right. That's not going to do it. Yeah. Are you on Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties. Andy, we had to swap a part out, and we didn't swap the right one. So anyway, I'll keep talking while Andy gets, and you can keep talking too while you figure this out, Andy, because you're still on mic. So yeah, I think
this one in the back?
Try it. I think the grittiness of, that'll work. Of the trailer alone will be enough to keep us interested. So Are you back?
Maybe.
It does beg the question that are we going to? Yeah, there you went. Are we going to get everything that was awesome in the trailer, and then maybe the show's not as good? I don't know. I don't think that's the case. I think that they're on the right path here. So anyway.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it for sure. For sure. And I should be back in here video in just a sec.
So what else have you been up to other than watching Andor trailers? What do you guys think about the Andor trailers? By the way, thanks for following us in the chat. As usual, we appreciate your support and joining us. I'll do our commercial right now. If you'd like to follow, if you haven't already, or tell a friend to follow, just at Holo Chronicles, pretty much across the board on social media. You can join in and disagree or agree with us on some of these things. Let's get to the very end. I'll talk about it because Shabby brought it up, and then somebody has already commented, but we can talk about it. It looks like Andor got pushed back. And one of the reasons I saw was because Disney was bringing out another series, a She-Hulk series or something like that.
Yeah.
But they're giving you the 3 episodes, which would have happened over the 3 weeks that were delayed, all in one shot. I kind of like that. Sitting down and doing a binge on Andor for 2.5, 3 hours. Sounds like fun, almost like watching a movie. And so I'm okay with that. Things happen. We know that. But yeah, here we are with Andor a few weeks behind. Gallinorian puts out that he thinks that this has less pressure than the Kenobi show did, which I agree with. So they have a little more freedom. I want to know about Andor. Cassian, we only know so much
Yeah.
about this character, and he really was kind of he was the lead operator
Yeah,
in
he
getting
was.
Jin into the the compound. So he also made some critical decisions throughout the movie that could have been questionable by not taking the shot. All of these things are not questionable, but big decisions. So anyway,
This, what encouraged me most about this is not even something Star Wars related. Is that on Disney Plus now you can watch the Punisher series. Have you ever seen that, Josh?
no, maybe an episode, but I didn't dive in.
It is not for little kids. Okay, it is very gritty. It's very violent. There's some content in there that I wouldn't want, Tova or Zane or watching for sure. And so, and I don't promote that for kids, but I just say that knowing that if there's something like, because that was a big fear, like how gritty
Is
was
Disney
Disney
gonna-
gonna go with some of this stuff, and if they're showing the Punisher now on Disney Plus, then that opens the possibility for them to get pretty intense.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with violence.
I mean, it is Star Wars.
Wars, yes, a war
So
in
a
the
war,
stars.
a war, as we all know right now, is not pretty. Nor graceful or any of those things. I think we deal with in the kind of the fencing, the proper fencing of a Jedi.
Parry
Thrust. But yeah, that's I'm excited. I'm very hopeful. Here's a question to ask. Do you think because, and maybe not people in the room right now, a lot of positive reviews in the comments. Do you think that the kind of the new fandom that Mandalorian brought in, which will now be exposed to this maybe heavier, weightier version of Star Wars, is going to appreciate it? Or do you think they're like, whoa, I came here for Grogu and now I got Andor? That's a question to ask. So I'm wondering how the pushback's gonna happen. I can't let my 5-year-old watch this, but even though,
do you think they might try and cutify it up, not with a Grogu or a young Leia, and there's a version of that in Andor?
I hope they don't.
I hope they don't either.
Absolutely, because I would say,
as much as Grogu and young Leia brought me, like I love that. I love those.
Can I make a hot take?
Okay.
I thought young Leia was cooler than Grogu on a lot of levels. I mean, they made her. It was kind of goofy how she had to open the door, but other than that, I thought she was a fantastic little addition. So, but I would say that you would probably agree that Filoni and Favreau have kind of played out the cute side to the point where if one more happens, we're like, all right, guys, the formula is getting a little stale here. I don't see that happening with Andor. As a matter of fact, there's probably, and I hate to even say this, there's probably little to no collaboration with Filoni on this. I mean,
yeah,
which could
take what? Next time I see Dave, I'll ask him.
Yeah, you ask me. I know Dave's my friend. We literally have a logo for that, which is more ironic now since we made it for Paul. Or not we. Shout out to Pete Fletzer for making that. But anyway,
you're ready to move on to some toy talk here real quick?
Sure.
And we're not real quick. It's going to take a minute to get through this. And this is not breaking news, but the first time we've had a chance to discuss it. Haslab Star Wars project has failed, second one in a row. And I want to ask you, Josh. Okay, the Rancor failed. The Inquisitor dual wielding lightsaber failed, and actually failed pretty hard. Is this good? Is this a sign that the Haslab idea is working because it's fan backed and promoted essentially? Or is it more that Hasbro is whiffing on these attempts? Your thoughts?
I think that they, when we had the barge, right? it was the first project that we were able to kind of grab. Like it was new, right? And the barge, of course, I would say
Great project.
and I hope it was a loss leader for them. I hope they were like, let's put out something awesome, and maybe the production, of that was worth more, or is worth as much, or not much more, or much less than what they got for that. So I think we got a lot for a reasonable price. I mean, you're talking about a piece that's 4 feet long, almost 3 or whatever it is. I think it's 4, close to 4 feet long. It's massive. It came with some cool extras. It's just very cool.
Yeah.
And also, again, new is always more exciting.
Sure.
So it was the first time we'd had a project like this that was backed.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Razor Crest.
Yeah.
Even with the death of the Razor Crest and Mando, still a very awesome piece.
Yeah. And exceeded the backing numbers by a lot.
I agree. I think if you just took those 2 points as fact a little bit and compared to the other 2, now we have a Rancor, which is what? Not a vehicle. Now we have a Saber, which is what? In the mix with a lot of other Sabers. Black Series puts out plenty of Sabers, and then all the other
Force effects, Saber Forge,
yeah, all the other Sabers. I mean, Sabers are a little played. I mean, at Star Wars Celebration, how many hundreds and thousands of Sabers were everywhere? So how many Sabers we saw this Saber in particular cosplayed already, made and played. So I think that if they just looked at the facts, at the formula is give us something we can't get already. One, has there ever been a barge? No, right? There had never been a barge toy. There was like the mini skiff or all those things, but there was the OG skiff. But we never had this massive barge, right? And then the Razor Crest, guess what? Only Lego had that, and Lego has everything. So now you have an actual, 3/4 figure, 3 3/4 figure ship vehicle that looks great on display. I'm looking at it. It's awesome. And then they switched and transitioned over to, a creature and then a Saber. So maybe it's just down the line of like, look, Haslab, it's clear to see that people want things they can't already get in a different form anywhere else, right?
Yeah.
Except Lego, who has everything. Lego's like the Simpsons of toys. They've already done it. So anyway, that's just my thoughts. Chat's still going about Andor. We probably should have stayed there.
Well,
it's Clea.
JD says, I think they're pricing themselves out of business. So
I think that's a factor, but I think, look,
the Rancor,
we didn't give a shit about the price on the barge,
but
right?
we also knew it was going to be huge. So
not everyone's doing the math on
like everyone. I'll speak for myself. When I heard Rancor, I thought of vintage Rancor, and for $350, that didn't seem like it was.
That's my point, though. You've already had it. The other 2 pieces that were successful are not available anywhere else except Lego. I'll stop saying that now since it's obvious, but anywhere else in this form factor, like anywhere. If I'm correct me if I'm wrong. Has there ever been a barge? And there wasn't enough time to make a Razor Crest, and if they did, it would have been kind of like the, an X-wing scale type Razor Crest that maybe sold for $100 instead of what feels like a true to scale, ship now. So and the Saber didn't excite me at all.
Nope.
Like zero interest. The Rancor had me on the line. Saber, I didn't even cross my table, my desk. I didn't care.
Yeah. Well, as much as we want awesome things to come out of the Haslab projects, I really like that idea. And I think that the fact that the last 2 failed, I don't think that's the end of the world. And I've said this before, that just means the process is working. That's not what the people want.
They're 2 and 2. They're fine. They're fine.
Right. And so,
but they better get this next one right.
So it's like, I think I agree. Some of the comments in here stick in the $200 to $400 price range, stick with 3 3/4 scale, stick with vehicles, vehicles that we haven't yet gotten. I think that just based off of success of the previous, like that's that seems to be where the sweet spot is. Now,
they got to be pulling the collector fandom though, right? Like there's no way a project, I mean, as much effort as they put in just to try and get it off the ground, you would think that they would at least put some effort into finding out a consensus or a kind of a feel from like. So I want to ask the question: what would you like to see? And I'll ask the chat too. What would a next Haslab project like post, like what would you like to see?
Yeah.
In
Put it in the chat.
Put it in the chat.
When this is over, put it in the comments. What would you like to see for a Haslab project? What would be something that would be worth your, we'll say, $400?
Yeah. That you haven't already had an iteration of in.
Well, maybe if you want that, you
well,
can
Black
suggest
Series.
it.
I mean, if you think about Black Series,
No, we'll still. Yeah.
They've done like
you
the
know what?
speeder.
It's your comment. You put down whatever you want, but yeah, I don't know. Put it in your comment. Put it in the comments. We'll maybe get to that. JD wants a starfighter with a light speed ring, a Jedi starfighter. That flies into.
That's not bad.
That'd be kind of fun.
How about we throw that $300 to $400 sweet spot out the window? Let's get like a $2,000, 8-foot long Star Destroyer.
or just go on the Star Cruise.
Yeah. No, you decide.
You decide. Yeah. So speaking of polling the fans a little bit to see what they think, Hasbro has come out and said that they're keeping the plastic bubble for TVC and retro figures.
So did they get too much pushback?
Yay.
Did the Holo Chronicles help? No,
not the Holo Chronicles, but I think people in general just said, you know what? This freaks us out. We're not going to do it if you change that up. And I feel very happy. Well, let me back up. I feel very happy for G.I. Joe Haslab supporters because they have been crushing it. The Hiss tank, put a goal of 9,000 backers. And last I looked, they're at like 17 or 18,000. Wow. So they've been smoking it. They've been
well.
great.
Then that's going to keep the project alive because you have to know that they're sharing the same.
Well, it seems like all of the other projects are doing really well. It's just the last two Star Wars have failed. But I'm happy for the vintage collection collectors, guys like Tim in the chat who put a lot of time and energy into creating content for that, and as well as collecting it. You're still going to be able to finish your 96 with bubbles so that they will look just like all the other ones. I'm happy for you. I'm happy that the retro collection is going to stay true to retro and keep the bubbles. By the way, the Obi-Wan Kenobi retro figures look pretty cool. They announced the Return of the Jedi retro figures. I think I might have sent you a picture of that? Did I? Maybe not.
Okay. Maybe not.
But very happy that they're keeping the bubbles for those. Now, they are not keeping the plastic for the Black Series. Now, let's talk Black Series for just a second.
Okay.
Are you prepared,
I'm
Josh?
prepared. Sure.
There's a picture that we got of what the Black Series boxes will look like without plastic. And as soon as Josh can find it, he will post that up there. Okay, yep, there's one. And I want to say my feelings are mixed with this because
it's shabby. I'm just putting that up there.
Yeah,
we're gonna leave it up for the whole time.
The side panel artwork for the Black Series I thought was a great move. And what they're essentially doing is putting that on the cover now too. And I like that.
Sure,
but you're not seeing what you're getting, which means I don't know. I don't know. What do you think, Josh? You were more of a Black Series guy than I am. Always have been, but
and with the well-placed shabby comment from Scuba Pete on the screen, I do think that the mural sides that they added to the newer boxes with plastic, so you can still see the figure, added a little more to the display ability for somebody that is collecting in mass, wants to put them onto shelves. And, when you're done having them on shelves, the joke that Shabby and I have had forever, which is the Chewy decimal system.
Yeah.
It looks like a library. You got a bunch of numbers and red sides and some
red panels,
black sides for.
It's funny because G-Force is like, right in the trash with these, doesn't like them. Then Gamers is like, these look pretty cool.
I know, and I think that's what they're gonna get.
That's great.
The issue is I would ask both of those guys, do you like them as they are now? Like, do you like them with the mural on the side and the plastic in the front? And I know that I guess maybe this is the theory is that Hasbro's trying to, hit the carbon footprint checkbox by removing plastic, but
Still a plastic figure inside.
well, and then I think last time when we talked about this, someone was like, the inks that go into this are
Yeah.
more toxic than the whatever. I get it, but there's a little bit for somebody that's a collector that likes to keep things, leave it in the box. Having the window to your toy is a little bit of a, like, okay, all right, I got a window. to my toy.
Well, Left Coast brings up a good point. It says those crazy inboxers display them sideways anyway.
That's my point. That's my point. So it's like
Shabby,
I guess,
your response to that, please.
yeah, Shabby, your response, because I guess if you were to take the way I and Shabby displayed our Black Series,
Mhm.
it was the side. So the mural makes sense to me. I don't need plastic on the side. I don't want to look at the profiles of all my figures in plastic. But,
Well, and if you really want to protect them, you're going to put them in a plastic case,
right. Right.
whether it's a star case or a,
Right.
an acrylic, like, yeah. Anyway,
So I you know what? In 100 years, no one will care, and these will be worth more than they are now.
or maybe not.
Maybe not. Maybe they'll just be.
We haven't seen whether or not these fade. Like the Return of the Jedi bubbles, like a lot of those yellow easier than some of the We'll see. We'll see. When they're around 20 years, we'll see what they look like.
This to me, I guess, is a compromise. Putting the figure on the front of the box, image, whatever we saw in the beginning kind of looked really plain, right? This looks a little better.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. Let me ask you this. Is that that angled mural side like they have on the new ones, or is that just a square side?
I think it's angled.
Okay. That pisses me off. Well, no. I mean, if they're going to make the change as far as the shape of the box and maintain that change as you remove, plastic, fine. But if all of a sudden you have this line that's gone around for a year and a half now of angled murals that you've literally adjusted your entire collection to kind of display those murals, and then they square up the box to make it so that now you have a different look. I don't know. There's a lot going on behind the scenes when you're trying to display these things on shelves and bookcases and all the
and that
things.
panel side is like clear coated, either with an actual like clear coat paint, kind of like because it's shiny.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's probably plastic based anyway. Tim makes a good point. The window and bubbles have been made out of PET plastics for years, all recycled and recyclable. So there's
Tell that to the turtles, Tim.
There's no need to take them or remove them from the Black Series, which I think is a fair point.
So let's go to
the
next step. Let's ask a question.
Let's ask a question
that Shabby might not like. I mean,
we're all recyclable.
Is this the death of the Black Series?
No, I don't think so. Because there's still plenty of out of box collectors that don't care a whole lot.
Ooh, I think Boss just asked the same question, unless something else.
This is the end. This is the end. Well, maybe it is. Maybe it is.
I don't know if he was referring to that.
Yeah. What's up, Gannon? So while this move is questionable, debatable on the Black Series end, let's talk about something that I think could be kind of cool, regardless of how it's packaged.
Okay.
Josh, what do you think about having your head on a Black Series figure? Like a customizable.
Look, if we're trying to save Haslab, I get it.
We're not trying to save Haslab.
No, I get it. 100% backing. I get it.
One of one.
100% backing.
100% by one person.
Hold on. I want these figures right here.
Well, those are helmet.
No, don't worry. These guys. See, the helmet's removable, obviously.
Oh, obviously with baseball caps. Just a little bow on the plastic thing. Here's the statement that was put out. It says, our goal does not include packaging for fan collectible products such as the 3.75-inch action figures, where packaging is part of the product experience and typically retained intact for display collections. These lines include vintage collection and retro, as well as other collectible brands such as Marvel Retro, G.I. Joe Retro, in support of Hasbro's lower carbon strategy and upcoming science-based targets. Our fan collectible blister packing will continue to be made with either plant-based or recycled PET content. Okay, so that's already kind of been stated, but just the official statement there. And then you can be a Star Wars. I just saw that. You can be a Star Wars action figure with Hasbro's new personalized selfie series.
Oh,
Hasbro has announced a new personalization platform with its first product introduction through Hasbro's selfie series. This will allow fans to create a collector-grade 6-inch action figure in their likeness based on classic and current characters seen across popular films, television series, and comics. So, Josh, I don't know what these will cost yet, but let's just say a customizable 6-inch black series of Josh in a stormtrooper outfit with removable helmet, but with Josh's head underneath. Would you pay $100 for that?
is that what they're saying?
I don't know. I just put that number on it to make you think.
Yes. Can we pull Shabby's head down yet? No.
You'd pay $100 for your own customizable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, one time. I mean, 100 seems like, I don't think that they'll hit that price point. I'm thinking between 50 and 75 would probably be, but if it's 50, it's a no-brainer. I know. I just love it. I love that I've had that available for.
I don't think we'll ever delete that.
No, we'll never delete it. Jesus. I think our shows is. I think we've. Thank you, Shabby. Shabby's such a good sport.
You can take that. You can take that picture down, but
it's down. It's been down since before you said that.
No, the Black Series.
Oh yeah.
Too. Rick, I don't know. I don't remember what they were offering that price point of, but if it's $60 or $45 or even $100, I will probably get one.
Absolutely.
And if they're $45, then I'm getting some for people for Christmas.
Yeah, I think I firmly believe a $50 price point has to be where they're targeting. So if you, I mean, but the problem is the tooling and the molding. I mean, who knows?
No. They use existing molds like
no for the body. But what
X-wing
about the head? The head's a mold every time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a mold every time. So the only way that
this they just take the Bill Burr and paint the beard gray, and then it's Josh.
Look, we've done enough humanoids.
Yeah,
we can cover.
Yeah, there you go. Done deal. I think Tim thinks
it's weird. It is weird.
It is a little weird.
But I tell you what,
figure of yourself. But
guess what's cool about weird is weird usually lasts for a short amount of time. You get in on weird, and then 10 years down the road, weird's worth a lot of money.
You know what? You know what would be weird, Tim, is if I got an X-wing pilot with your likeness on it.
That I think is where it really needs to go. Is that you start creating,
you start collecting your friends.
You're like, man, you do.
That'd be great. Like we could.
You do army building with your friends.
Yeah, like this is.
I want
Josh checking in.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Imagine whose head you could put on Palpatine's body. Oh, we're acquaintances.
Oh, yes. You hit a certain tier level on Patreon and you get your own figure.
Hey, I love it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
It's a great idea.
Just popped into my head.
Perfect.
Anyway.
Everyone has a Holochronicles H on their forehead.
Yes. Sign of the beast.
Yeah, I like the idea. I actually love the idea, and I think it's in line with
this is setting up perfectly for us to finally tip the scales and get the build a bucket idea. Because if they can get personalized heads for Black Series figures, then we can do build a bucket. Which for those that haven't listened to us very much or missed it,
you heard it here.
Build a bucket
4
is
times.
You have a phase 1 blank clone trooper helmet, phase 2 and stormtrooper helmet. We'll just start with those. Oh, and an X-wing helmet. And then you can customize them to have whatever you want on them, make them yours, or get a Rex or get a Echo or a Cody or whatever, you know, in phase 1, phase 2, or get a mortar trooper or a shock
But any
trooper.
color scheme.
Yes, you're getting a template helmet and you're getting it customized with the decals. You pick the decals you want on it to make it yours.
I think that's going to happen, and you're going to just be beside yourself.
I'm going to be very happy when that happens.
Sure. And then there'll be some ambulance chasers trying to plead your case.
Yes.
With video evidence.
With video evidence.
Yeah.
Multiple.
Plagiarism of taking somebody else's idea and product and just making your own version of it.
Yep.
It's bullshit.
Yep. This is funny. Who would be the peg warmiest head? That's funny.
Can you imagine buying another display case just to have a bunch of your friends?
Yes.
recreate. Oh, they probably won't do all the body types, but you know.
No, they'll probably just do the basic ones.
Yeah.
You know, you get a Jedi, you get a stormtrooper, you get a X-wing pilot.
Yeah.
Maybe a Mandalorian.
Get a Jar Jar.
I hope not.
Yeah. So I think that's a fine idea.
Okay.
It's fun. It's creative enough that I'll buy in on it, and then when it dies because nobody supports it, I'll have a version, a figure of myself in shabby, and it'll be great.
Knights of the Old Republic remake
the chosen one
has been shelved.
Wait, what?
Yep,
No.
indefinitely delayed.
I
There
didn't
has
hear
been a
that.
couple firings recently at the company that's designing the Knights of the Old Republic video game redo or part 2, and it's been shelved indefinitely.
Is that because of what?
Some firings. They've fired a couple people higher up on the project, and until they get that sorted out, it's been delayed indefinitely.
That's sad. I know there was a lot of excitement for that. I played the game, but it was at a point in my life where I didn't have the 300 hours to really dive in. So anyway,
That's kind of sad.
so well, I won't even go down there. All right. It is sad. Oh, well.
Moving on. Self-promotion.
Yeah, go for it.
I started a series called Hang Time
Yeah,
about
you did.
vintage Star Wars posters. There's a couple episodes out. Check it out on our YouTube page if that suits your fancy. If you wanted to know more than you needed to know about Star Wars vintage movie posters, original, and how to spot phonies, come check it out.
Yeah, how many episodes you got so far?
2, we did the advanced Star Wars Advanced Style B poster, and we did which is all blue, which just says a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, Star Wars. And then most recently, the second one was the Style A Tom Jung Star Wars movie poster, which is probably the most popular, most well-known
Sure.
of all the Star Wars posters. It's pretty cool, but there's lots of phonies out there, lots of pretenders. So if Star Wars movie posters are your thing, I won't do all movie posters, but I will do a lot of movie posters. I'll have some other non-movie poster related content in there, but for now, we're going to get off and running with some movie posters.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. You've spent a lot of time collecting those posters. You've made it like your focus, even outside of what we do here on this show. And when you came with that, I was like, dude, that's rad. And you get to sit in the comfort of your own home. And basically, this is just a big old flex.
Well, for now, they're posters that I have
Right. And then you're going to branch into posters that you want.
that we're going to get.
And then you're going to go into posters that you don't want, but you think are cool. And then after that, it'll be posters
I'll never get.
you'll never own. No one should own
Never.
these.
Nobody needs this.
You should actually throw a poster nobody needs in every fourth show.
Okay. I'll take that under consideration.
Yeah, well,
Chat, what what is the next poster you'd like to see on Hang Time?
I wish I had the logo to put up. I love the logo. That was a collaboration.
That was an instant collaboration.
Instant. It was pretty quick. But yeah. So anyway, go check out Hang Time. It's on the Holo Chronicles YouTube page. Andy is a blooming expert in this field.
There's lots to learn.
There's lots to learn.
Trust me. There's in any collector's strain you want to go down, any path you want to go down, there's always a lot to learn. I've not done this solo. I've had resources and help along the way, and I'm going to do an episode on what are the resources you need to know if that's something that you want to collect.
Yeah, and you open yourself up just like we do anytime we talk Star Wars to the crowd of well actuallys.
Yes,
which is great. I mean,
Bring
the
it on.
well actuallys will teach you. You know, not everybody can memorize Wikipedia, but yeah. All right, what do you got?
No, this was in my pocket. You guys know what this is? It just came in the mail. You know what that is, Josh?
That's not Slave One's. No, is it Slave One?
Yeah, it's the cargo ramp.
It's a cargo ramp. Okay, thank God. Finally, I was able to get one with no prep.
No prep. Yeah, it's in my pocket. I wasn't happy to see it. It's just that.
It's good. It's been a little carbonite in my pocket.
Well, you know what, Josh? I think this is a good ending spot. That's a good ending spot right there. The vintage collection, or excuse me, the Black Series credit collection. I'm kind of down on that. Did you ever get any of those?
Never. Not a one.
Not a single one. Okay.
Not one. You got them, and I saw them, and I was like, "Oh, cool."
I got a couple, and then I got rid of a couple.
Yeah. So. Okay. Well, I mean,
that's just a personal thing. God bless you if you collect them. I'm not getting any more.
Andor, though. Let's wrap up by going back to the beginning.
Andor. Looking forward to figures coming out for that. Looking forward to finding out what figures I'm going to really enjoy from that series, because while we do know a few already, like Saw Gerrera and Mon Mothma, and you know, the new ones, I always look forward to the new ones as well, because they are surprises. They will be happy surprises. Like, I'm gonna really like that one, or this one, or that droid, or that creature.
Well, that's where we're at, right?
We
get new characters, like new things, creatures, people that we haven't seen before.
Because even the three that I just mentioned, Saw, Mon Mothma, and Cassian, we know just enough about them to make them intriguing. Like, give me more. So I'm really looking forward to this.
Oh, and the Mon Mothma actress at the panel for Andor, she was as lovely as like more stunning in person than she was. You know,
I remember you made the comment, like, Mon Mothma in real life is beautiful.
She's stunning, and also very, very just so humbled and grateful to reprise this role again and then again, you know. So she's pretty excited about it, and she should be. And I like to see that she doesn't just have this kind of cameo part. It looks like she's going to play a major role, which is an awesome part of the story, right? I mean, and it all started from that one scene in Jedi, it all, right? Or no, in a New Hope, where, you know, mini Bothans, which we didn't know what Bothans were. Turns out
there's a lot. You know, Mon Mothma was going to get her hands dirty in this show, which I like, because, you know, she's going to be the senator.
Yep.
But she's going to know some stuff behind the scenes too. So good stuff, man.
Good stuff. Should be exciting. We'll be here with you watching it. What was that? 21st of September.
3-episode watch. Bang, bang, bang. I like the 2-episode Obi-Wan drop that we got. Of course, we were at Celebration, but that was cool.
That was cool. I think I gotta check the calendar. Are
you around?
It would be probably not. It would be fun though, unless it's like a Wednesday night, which would be great. I think that would be fun to watch with friends. We'll think that one through.
Okay. All right. I know Left Coast.
Yeah, Andor show after the show. Absolutely. It could be show during the show. I don't like that because people want to watch it too. But
Well, he's going to do an after show.
let's do it with let's watch Left Coast.
Let's do it with him.
Yeah.
Let's not reinvent the wheel.
No.
Let's hop on somebody else's wheel.
It's bandwagon. Let's battle wagon this thing up.
Let's battle wagon this thing up.
All right.
All right. Hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for following along in the chat, you guys. It was good to be back.
Thanks for being patient. Yeah, we're back.
It's been a little bit since we've done a show, but not for lack of trying. And we do it for you guys. We do it for you guys. Oh, in the comment after this wraps up, put what you would like to see as the next Haslab project that you would spend your hard-earned cash for. Go ahead and put the project and how much you'd be willing to spend. Do that. That would be great. And we'll send it along to Hasbro for you.
No problem.
Okay.
We got them.
We got it.
On speed dial.
All right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sharing. Go play with your toys.